It's one of the world's most famous brands, behind arguably the world's most famous car. Volkswagen is to Germany what the Queen is to England. Two simple letters that over time have come to stand for reliability, safety, fun, cool, and more recently, green and clean. Until now.
So let's be clear about this. Our company was dishonest with the EPA and the California Air Resources Board, and with all of you. And in my German words, we have totally screwed up.
This, the shocking admission that VW had faked its green credentials, rigging market tests for diesel emissions in the US in a bid to boost sales for its premium green cars.
What Volkswagen did was they fitted something called a defeat device. And what that did was it detected when the car was actually being tested, and it switched on the exhaust after treatment system so it worked much better during the test than it actually does when the vehicle's driven on the road.
On the road, US environmental investigators discovered VW diesel cars were emitting up to 40 times the legal limit of pollutants. The car maker was forced to come clean. Today revealing there are 11 million vehicles affected worldwide, as the company set aside nearly £5 billion to deal with the problem and to win back the trust of customers. But with 500,000 cars recalled in the US alone and potential fines of over £11 billion, the reputational and financial damage could yet rise. What's happening here at Volkswagen bears all the hallmarks of a classic corporate scandal. Share prices tumbling, billions wiped off the market value, and executives potentially in the frame. But the big question is, could that same thing be happening here in Europe too? And the answer seems to be that's less likely. Because for one, the emissions tests are much less stringent here, so there's less incentive to cheat. And secondly, those tests all take place inside the factory under optimum conditions, and there are no real-world spot checks out on the roads. So while vehicles in Europe do show much higher emissions on the road, there's no evidence that's down to any illegal practices so far. That's a charge that for now rests with VW alone.
Volkswagen's long been held up for its blend of German technology, reliability, being that bit cleverer than some of its rivals, and having built a brand around that that has separated it from the real middle of the mainstream market. Now, I think they've got a huge job on their hands to protect that reputation and to rebuild customer confidence. If you owned a Volkswagen affected, you'd feel very let down, and if you were looking at buying one, you'd be seriously questioning whether you should do that.
Today, Volkswagen's chief executive said he was endlessly sorry, but refused to step down.
Meine Damen und Herren,
ladies and gentlemen, many millions of people in the world trust our brand, our cars, and our technology. I am so very sorry that this trust has been betrayed. I am so sorry in every way to our customers, the authorities, and society in general for this.
So, a global reputation built of 80 years tonight in tatters. Multiple investigations, a potential criminal probe, and financial chaos. Right now, limited to Volkswagen. But the fear is, as this crisis deepens, it could spread to other car makers too.